Hey guys, my name is Mackenzie Lintz, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about my character in Love, Simon. I started in the entertainment industry when I was about 13 after my mom and siblings had already established themselves in the business. I sort of saw them working and I wanted to try and do it myself. So I started with one day on a Lifetime TV show. And then after that, I think my first big thing that sort of got me into the industry was I did a tiny little part in a movie called The Hunger Games. And it was the best experience ever, and it definitely let me know that this was the business for me. I auditioned for Love, Simon actually from Atlanta, which is where I'm based out of, and also where the movie shot, if you didn't know that. And I auditioned for Taylor on tape, and I sent in my tape, and then a couple weeks later, I got invited to do a callback with the director, Greg Berlanti, who is incredible, and we had a really awesome session, and I met some of the producers. And it was a great meeting, and apparently it went well because a couple weeks later I found out I booked Taylor, and I was so excited, so pumped to see the rest of the cast. I knew it was going to be such a great group, and to me the script sort of reminded me of like a modern day High School Musical feel, which was my life back in the day. So I was very excited. Taylor, speaking of, is just the most fun character to play. I think you all will love her. She's very spunky and can come off as a little bit of a spoiled brat sometimes, but I think she does have a heart of gold. And you will catch her ordering people around in the school play in Love, Simon that is Cabaret that year. And she sings the national anthem and makes a couple other snarky comments throughout the movie that I think you all will enjoy. A typical day on set was, I guess we just get there, which in our case, this movie, a lot of our stuff as far as the scenes with the kids in the high school, and Taylor is one of those, a lot of those were night shoots. So we would shoot from around 6 p.m., 6 or 7 p.m. to 6 or 7 a.m. the following morning, which was wild. So we would shoot like that. So we would get there, we would get dressed, sometimes we would eat dinner, and then we would start working, and you go through rehearsals and setting the whole scene up, and then you actually shoot. But of course they get it from all sorts of angles, so it does take a long time. And I think my favorite part of like a regular day on set was there is a lot of downtime when you're waiting for cameras to be set up, and you just get to talk to the people that you're working with. So we really just got to sit around and sort of bounce ideas off of each other and talk about pop culture, and there was a lot of laughter, especially because at 2 in the morning there's only so much coffee can do. So it was a ton of fun. I would say my favorite scene to film was probably the Halloween party scene. Um, there's a scene where all of the students are at this huge Halloween party and we all got to dress up in these wonderful costumes, and Taylor and her gang are dressed up like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz and their posse, so that was just so much fun. It felt like we were actually dressing up for Halloween, so it was awesome. The movie was filmed on location. I think there was a couple different ones actually. We shot at a couple different high schools because there's a scene on a football field, and then the Halloween party is a house party, and then Simon's house was a different set, and the outside of the high school was a different set than the inside of the high school. So there was a lot of moving parts, but most of it was on location, which was nice. I think the fans are going to absolutely adore this film. And I think Becky Albertelli, who wrote the book Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda, she was very involved in the process, and she was so individually connected to each of us as characters, and she really wanted to make sure that it was done correctly and that the story was told right. And I think for that very reason, along with other reasons, of course, like Greg Berlanti being involved and Nick Robinson playing Simon and a bunch of other aspects all coming together to really make just such a beautiful film. And I think people are really, really going to love it. I don't think there's a secret necessarily, but there was one scene that we were shooting in the auditorium where all of our cabaret rehearsal scenes were being shot. And there was this one scene where we could not stop laughing. The scene was so hard to shoot because everyone was just cracking up, everyone in the whole auditorium. And I think scenes like that are very memorable, and it should come through in the humor of the film because I think it's going to be hilarious. As far as what I do when I'm not filming a movie or a television show, I love playing sports. I play tennis all the time. I love working out. Right now I'm pretty busy because I work a full-time job and I also am in a full-time school. I'm studying pre-law right now, which is pretty time-consuming. But besides that, I love being with my family and traveling. It actually would be nowhere because I currently am in Naples, Florida, staying with my grandparents, and my boyfriend and I got to come down here for our spring break, and we have laid by the pool, hence all my freckles are coming in, and got to swim and play tennis all week long, and it just has been a dream. So I don't think I would transport myself anywhere at the moment. I think honestly is a tie between Love, Simon and the show that I did on CBS called Under the Dome. The people I worked with on Under the Dome, we worked together for 3 years and they really just became a family. And I talk to a lot of them still, and I think that is a tie with Simon only because on Simon we just had such a great time filming it. And I'm super bummed because the premiere for the film was last night, and I was invited to go, and my sister, Madison Lins, ended up taking my tickets because I had already planned my trip to Florida to see my grandparents. But I've heard amazing, amazing things, and my sister loved it, and everyone else that saw it absolutely loved it, so I think it's gonna be really, really good. I actually don't have any social media accounts. That's something I'm pretty passionate about. I had social media for a long time and I built a following through the CBS show Under the Dome that I did. And about a year and almost a half ago, I sort of just decided that I didn't need the pressure, I didn't need the drama, I didn't need, the comparative nature of social media, specifically Instagram and other platforms like that. I didn't have time for it. So I deleted all of my social media, and I actually am really happy that I did it. And I don't have any plans to get back on it soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch Love, Simon in theaters on Friday, March 16th, and I hope you guys love it.